Hello, and for today's devotion or this week's devotion, I wanted to look at in the book of Mark at chapter 2, verses 13 to 17, and I'm going to read it out of the Common English Bible. It says, Jesus went out beside the lake again. The whole crowd came to him, and he began to teach. As he continued along, he saw Levi, Alphaeus' son, sitting at a kiosk for collecting taxes. Jesus said to him, "Follow me." Levi got up and followed him. Jesus sat down to eat at Levi's house. Many tax collectors and sinners were eating with Jesus and his disciples. Indeed, many of them had become his followers. When some of the legal experts from among the Pharisees saw that he was eating with sinners and tax collectors, they asked his disciples, "Why is he eating with sinners and tax collectors?" When Jesus heard it, he said to them, "Healthy people don't need a doctor, but sick people do. I didn't come to call righteous people, but sinners." So I've got a couple of thoughts on this text that I wanted to share today. The first one is the pretty kind of obvious thought is that the company that you keep, the people that you're with, it's very important to pay attention to. Jesus obviously paid attention to the type of people that he was speaking with and spending time with, and it wasn't who the authorities thought it should be. But he knew why he was there, and he knew why he was reaching out to those people. And he didn't just spend time with them in a way that said, these people need to be saved. He spent real time with these people in a way that made them want to follow him, to build relationship with him. And I think that's true when we share Christ with other people as well. That it's not just about checking a box. It's not just saying, oh, I got one saved today. It's about really spending time with people and seeing the value in them as a creation of God and spending time investing in that relationship and not just trying to check off a box for God. And so I think that we can learn from that example that Jesus gives us in this passage. But also I was thinking about this. He says, healthy people don't need a doctor, but sick people do. And I think that's true, but I also think that today, in medicine today, we spend a lot of time doing maintenance. We spend a lot of time doing wellness checks, having annual visits to the doctor, which you should do if you're able, and having things checked out before there's a problem, going to the eye doctor annually or to the dentist every 6 months, those kind of maintenance things that we do for our bodies. It's a normal practice now. And I think we can learn from that in our faith as well. It can be a normal practice to maintain our faith, not just to come around and ask God for things when something is wrong, and not just showing up at church when something is wrong, but to really, really invest in maintaining healthy faith and a healthy relationship with God. Just like we do regular maintenance for doctor's visits and things, we can do those things with church, whether it's reading scripture or spending time with a small group that holds you accountable or attending church regularly. All of these things can help us stay on track to maintain our relationship with God, as well as understanding the needs of others who aren't necessarily on a healthy maintenance track. Doctors do still treat patients who haven't done those annual visits, and we do the same as a church to help people understand and maintain their own health spiritually and mentally and sometimes physically. So anyway, my prayer for you in hearing this is that you would reflect on ways that you can help do better maintenance of your faith and your relationship with God, and also help to see where we can do better at building relationships with others and sharing Christ in ways that maybe others say isn't quite right, but that Jesus said that person has value and needs to know my love, and that we can be that person that shares that in the world. So I hope that you have a great rest of the week, and we look forward to seeing you in worship on Sundays and in devotions and classes throughout the week.